Rishabh, can you help me write these sentences in German? Or if you
Okay,
cannot, you have to give me the nouns at least. You know how what is cup, what is table. Yeah,
I can try.
yeah,
The cup is on the table.
yeah.
Die, die Tasche steht auf dem Tisch.
Focus on it. But if you say Tasche, this is sh, this means bag.
Okay, Tasche.
It's cup is Tasse, just s, not sh. Like there is
Okay,
education, like sh, and there is sun, s. There is no
yeah.
ha. Okay, Tasse.
Tasche. Yeah.
Task.
Again,
Tasse.
use again.
Tasse.
Okay, yeah, okay. From the
Uh,
beginning.
the picture is
Wait,
above
wait one
the.
second. Sorry, Kartikan, you have a question?
Sorry.
You have a
No.
question? No,
No,
okay.
no, no question. No question.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Rishabh, you can start from the beginning.
Yeah. So the picture is above the sofa.
Sorry, the first one as well, the cup, the first one as well.
Die Tasse ist auf dem Tisch.
Yeah.
The picture is above the sofa. Das Bild ist über dem Sofa. Is that right?
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Okay. The ice cream is in the refrigerator. The ice is im Kühlschrank.
If I'm not speaking, that means it's right. You can continue. You don't have to
Okay.
wait for my
The file is the file folder. The Datei is in their folder. I don't know folder exactly.
it's ordner, their ordner, masculine.
Is there or okay. The fruit basket
So
is on the
it will be in them ordner, but continue. Yeah.
in them. Okay. The fruit basket is on the dining table. Uh, der Obstkorb steht auf dem Tisch.
Which
Essentisch.
estish, not essentish, estish.
Essentisch.
Yeah.
He is standing behind you. Er steht hinter dich. No. Er steht hinter dir. The charger is behind the printer. Mm,
Charger is Ladegerät.
das Ladegerät befindet
Ladegerät.
Ladegerät.
Or you can just say charger, it's fine.
The charger is behind the printer.
Printer is Drucker. So it's the same thing as the before one, right? Instead of standing, it's just to be. Charger is charger, you can say charger. And printer is Drucker.
Okay.
By the confusion.
Behind.
You just said right hinter for this one.
Yeah, hinter. Yeah. Die Ladegerät befindet hinter die Drucker.
So Gerät can never be the, it can either be there or thus. You have to check. I think it is there, not thus. But continue. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is she is standing in front of you. She is standing in front of you.
Stehen, right?
Yeah.
Front is for. Think loudly. It's always good to think loudly when you are, so that I can know where you are having trouble in
Okay.
formulating. Yeah. Tell me how you're formulating sentences in your head. Think loudly.
Z state for dear.
Yeah, that's correct. Z state for the yeah.
Okay. The remote is in the front of TV.
Yeah.
The remote, die Fernbedienung befindet.
Fernbedienung. You can just say remote. It's fine. Yeah.
Die Fernbedienung ist im Fernseher.
Im Fernseher will be inside the TV. You want in front. Here, you just said in front of you. How do you say in front?
Uh, vor dem Fenster.
Yeah, that's it.
Fenster.
Yeah. Next one.
The kid is between the father and the mother. Das Kind uh, between the father. Okay, zwischen der Vater und die Mutter.
It will be dative. We'll talk about this. Dem Vater und der Mutter. Yeah.
Okay. He is standing next to them. Uh, Next to them. Er
Neben.
steht
Yeah.
neben, ja. Er steht neben ihnen.
Yeah. Correct. Dative.
The
Thank you.
shelf is next to the window. The shelf, the regal.
I think it's
Uh,
das Regal. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Next to the window, it should be das Regal steht neben dem Fenster.
Yeah. Or, you can also say ist neben dem Fenster. This shade is also fine. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much. I like the
I have a bit
very.
of confusion in this. When do you like in on? It's a like slight confusion in this.
We'll talk about this. Yeah, we'll talk about this.
Okay.
So first of all, actually, it was very good that you were able to say all those things. So I want one, Manjusha, do you mind reading all these sentences? And when you read, please emphasize the preposition and what follows immediately after the. When I say emphasize, you have to say auf dem, something like that. So that we remember that. Okay, after auf, it was them, and them was dative. If you, I will count from 10 to
Ja,
1. Yeah.
ja, ja. Die Tasse ist auf dem Tisch. Das Bild ist über dem Sofa. Das ist in die Kühlschrank. Die Datei ist in dem Ordner. Der Obstkorb ist auf dem Tisch. Er stehe hinter dir.
Not
Das
stehe,
Lade,
steht.
die steht. Sorry.
Steht.
Er steht hinter dir. Das Ladegerät ist hinter dem Drucker.
Where do
Sie
you
steht,
see Lada Gerard? It's Lada Gerard. It's A umlaut.
sorry.
Okay.
Das Ladegerät ist hinter
Come
dem Drucker.
on. You said again Lada Gerate. It's where do you see Lada Gerate? It's
Gerät.
Lada Gerate.
Gerät.
A umlaut is like
Gerät.
A of air.
Okay.
A.
Okay. Das Gerät,
Again.
das Gerät ist hinter dem Drucker. Sie steht vor dir. Die Fremddigung ist
No, no, slowly. You have to, I know it's a big
die,
word. You have to pronounce slowly. Look at, break it into
die
pieces and then
Neigung.
pronounce.
Ja. Die Fremdbedienung ist
Fernbedienung.
vor Verbenennung. Die Fremdbedienung ist vor dem Fenster. Das Kind ist zwischen dem Vater und der Mutter. Er steht neben ihnen. Das Regal ist neben dem Fenster.
Pronounce this word, please, again one more time.
Zwischen.
Okay, swishen. Okay, yeah. Now, thank you very much, guys. The reason, so you may look at these exercises and you think, like, where am I going to say these sentences? I'm pretty sure you will not say many of these sentences. Okay, you may say, for example, the charger is behind something or somewhere. The idea is that you will have to say things like, whenever you're talking about something in relate, like, where something is related to something else, something is behind, in front, above, below, next to, between. You will say these things like, and you also may say things like this when you're talking about presentations, right? Let's say you create a presentation and your boss says, no, no, you should move this between this and that, like the title should be above the table, right? Or a subtitle should be below this, there should be a picture next to the table, right? You may talk like this. You may also talk like this when, I don't know, I'm saying is that don't try to remember these sentences. Remember how we are using them. So after this session, what I want is that you should remember the prepositions. Okay. Okay, so let's start with, so these are the prepositions, auf, über, in, auf. Okay, there are repetitions. Auf means on something, okay, on something, okay. For example, I'm sitting on the chair, the laptop is on the table, right? The building is on the floor, something like that, right? The cup is on the table, right? Exactly on, like, on, there should be no gap in between, okay, right? Sometimes you say, right, like he's sitting on my head, like out of frustration, right? There also you can the echt, as it's of my cough, right? So you know what I'm saying, so you can use like that. Uber is also, Uber you can think it of as above, or you can also think it of as on, but there should be a gap. For example, here you can understand that I say this built is within sofa, you can understand there is a room, there is a sofa, and the sofa is next to the wall, and on the wall above the sofa there is a picture hanging. Normally that's how most of our, like, you where the pictures are in our halls, right? In our own cinema, something like that. Uber means above, okay, above and on, something like that. Don't try to remember exactly English words. Think, like you should have this mental picture. What is auf? Auf means on, exactly on. Über means above, or like on and above. Okay. In is like inside. Okay, inside. Hinter, of course, behind. Okay, behind. Then the moment you learn something like hinter, behind, you should ask, okay, what if I know hinter is behind, then what is in front? So you should learn hinter and then you should learn for. Okay, so hinter, behind. Sorry, hinter is like behind, for is in front. Then you should ask, okay, what is next to? Like, I know behind, I know in front, what is next to? Neben. Okay, then you should ask, okay, like what is in between? For example, your boss may say your slide should have like three components. That should be a text, there should be a picture, then there should be uh, a table, and the table has to be between the picture and the text. You can talk like that, right? There is one more, unter. I did not write it over here. Unter means like below, below something. Okay, unter, unter. Now if you notice, here everything is dative. After auf you have them, here also them, dia, them, there, because the mutter becomes their mutter. This is like estate, neighbor, in, and like next to them, like z is like they. Accusative is also the. Dative is neighbor, in. And I was really happy that Rishabh, you were able to say this. When people make mistakes over here, dem, ihnen. Also here you see neben dem Fenster. Fenster is das Fenster, becomes dem Fenster. So everything is dative, right? Now I introduced this topic by telling you that I will talk about Wechsel preposition, but here everything is dative. Okay, but in this situation, if you notice, like, we are talking about position of something, like, we are talking exactly about where something is. If you notice, all these sentences, the cup is on the table, where the cup is, where the picture is, where the ice cream is, where the file is, where the he is, where the charger is, like exactly position of something. Okay, like right now where something is, okay, or where something was. Of course you can say, the cup was on the table, die Tasse war auf dem Tisch, like where some, like exact position of something right now, in the future, or in the past tense. Like, so whenever you have something like that, like, position of something, it after auf, or after these prepositions, you will have dative case. Okay, I hope I was able to answer your question. I mean, at least you are, any questions about what I'm saying? Like whenever you're describing position of something, like where something is, where something was, where something will be, it will be dative. Okay, so there will also be sometimes accusative. Okay, so we also have unter over here. Unter means below. Okay, below. So when there will be accusative, we'll talk about that. Rishabh, you had a question, right? Can you ask your question? You said you get confused between like something and something.
Yeah. The same question, the same thing. Like when do you use dative or accusative
Ah,
after
okay,
the
okay, okay. We'll talk then. Okay, that's the only question, or more questions?
no, that's only.
Okay, let's talk about when they are accusative. Okay, when they are accusative. Rishabh, you can start. Let's say you have this. For example, okay, let me start. Then I'll tell you when to start. You can read all these three sentences. The one on the right side in the blue.
Okay, sure. The plate is on the table. Der Teller ist auf dem Tisch. Der Teller liegt auf dem Tisch. You keep the plate on the table. Sie legen den Teller auf den Tisch. You can keep the table. You can keep the plate on the table. Sie können den Teller auf den Tisch legen.
So it's obvious, right? In the first sentence it was dative, and in the next two sentence it's accusative, right? I have highlighted, like, this purple
Right.
one. Here it is accusative. Now let's look at the sentence, right? In the first one, you are describing position of something, where the cup is, where the plate is. Of course, you can just use the verb sein, or you can also say liegen. The verb liegen, don't try to read the slide. Liegen means to lie. Like plate will be lying, right? Of course, if you have this, I don't know what to call this, that track where like the plates are standing vertically. Of course, then you can say they tell a state of the dish, but I don't have one, so I'm just saying. I have to get the idea to lie. Then this one is you keep the plate on the table. If you think about this, that means the plate is not on the table. You are telling someone you keep the plate on the table. Let's say I come to your house, you cook me dinner. Of course, I'm a good guy, nice guy, so of course I will clean the plates, because you cooked me dinner. And then I will ask, like, where should I keep the plates after cleaning? uh, because I'm new in your house, and say, yeah, you can keep the plates on the table, right? Or you keep the plate on the table, right? Here, but what it means is that the plate is not on the table. The plate will be on the table, like, you are going to keep it, like there should be some motion, right? And whenever there's some motion, it will be accusative. What will be accusative? Whatever is after these vexel preposition or vexel preposition. Right, the next one also, right? You can keep the plate on the table. I mean, the same thing. Instead of you keep, I'm saying you can keep. But the idea is still the same. There will be some motion, right? The plate will move from where it is right now to be on the table, right? Then it will be accusative. Does this answer your question, Richard?
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Let's talk about most welcome. Let's talk about these two, right? Legen and liegen. So if you notice in the first sentence, I can use sein, or like, sein for that, like third party singular is, or I can also say leaked. Leaked is nothing but a conjugation of liegen for third party rsz. That eller is like, if I have to use a pronoun for that eller, I will use er, and that's why I think there is a mistake. Manjusha keeps pointing out and never correct the slide. It should be, yeah, yeah, this conjugation table is not correct. It should be ich liege, du liegst, sie liegt, wir liegen, ihr liegt, sie. I think it's not that difficult, right? So ich liege, du liegst, sie liegt. For wir, sie, it will be liegen, and for ihr, it will be liegt. So this table is not correct, but I hope
In
you,
the first, in the first sentence, the plate is on the table. I can also say like, the teller state of the dish.
you can say it, but then, like, in my head, there will be some rack on the table, and the plate will be like standing.
Okay.
Right, for example, like, I normally, like, for example, now let's say if I stand up, I will be standing, right? But if I lie down on my bed, I will not be standing, right? Then I will say, you'll say, they leaked off them bed.
Okay.
I mean, like, something like, okay, for example, if this cup, I just keep it as it is, it will be like standing. But if I hope there's no coffee, okay, yeah. If I keep it like this, it is like lying. Okay, like leaked.
Yeah.
Understand?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So in the first one, like whenever you are describing a position, like exact position, you have to use liegen. In the next two sentences, there will be some motion, so you have to use legen. Now don't think that like liegen means like lying and legen means to keep. It's not like that. Okay, just understand, because uh, there are many. For example, if I say, like, can I, for example, let's say if you give me some book and I'm reading the book, and we have that kind of relationship where I can just tell you, I'm keeping the book, I'm not giving back it to you, I like it so much. Let's say we're very good friends. I'll say, ich werde das Buch beibehalten. Okay, I'm just saying I'm keeping the book. So now here, for to keep, I will say behalten, beibehalten. So I'm saying, don't think that to say keep, you have to say legen. What I'm trying to say. But in this scenario, when you are like, telling someone to like keep something, like, keep something somewhere in lying position, you'll have to use legen. Okay. And legen has a different conjugation table. Ich lege, du legst, is sie legt, ihr legt. For wir and zizi, it's legen. Okay. So legen versus legen. Do you have to remember this? Yes. Okay, this is important topic for me too. For exam, of course, for exam. In real life also it's important, but in real life, if instead of saying, sie legen, if you say sie liegen, It's fine. People know what you're trying to say. They will maybe correct you, but people know what you want to say. Let's talk about these two, Stehen versus Stellen. Please, Rishabh, read the lines, the black and the blue ones.
Yeah, sure. The bottle is on the table. Die Flasche ist auf dem Tisch. Die Flasche steht auf dem Tisch. You keep the bottle on the table. Sie stellen die Flasche auf den Tisch. You can keep the bottle on the table. Sie können die Flasche auf den Tisch stellen.
Right. So the first one, right? Like, you're describing a position, right? So
Yeah.
it's dative. The next two, you are saying where
That's
something
why
should
we
be.
are here using stayed. The same thing I asked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Not
here
lying
you,
down.
yes. So here you're using stehen, right? Again, like if that means the cup is standing. If you like it, I will have to use liegen, right?
Right.
Yeah. The next two, I think, guys, you understand this, right? Do I have to explain like why this is accusative? Like this one, anyone has like, don't think that I'll wait for someone else to ask. Even I do that sometimes, but guys, this is the language. Someone may grasp, someone may not grasp. So please ask. So, but I'll just so the next two example, like here you're describing a position. Here also you're describing a position, but here the sentence implies that there will be some kind of motion, right? So I say, Sie stellen die Flasche auf den Tisch. That means the bottle is not on the dish. You have to move it to the table, right? There will be some kind of motion. So it is accusative. Okay. And whenever you are describing exact position, you have to use stehen. When there will be some motion, you have to use stellen. So you can think of stehen, stellen as like, like verbs which mean the same, but you have to use them in different context. Okay. Let's talk about this one. Rishabh, please read.
Yeah, sure. The picture is on the wall. Das Bild ist an der Wand. Das Bild hängt an der Wand. You hang the picture on the wall. Sie hängen das Bild an die Wand. You can hang the picture on the wall. Sie können das Bild an die Wand hängen. Hängen.
Hängen. Okay. So if you notice, this is not by like mistake. Actually, like for example, in the last two examples, liegen versus legen, there was a difference, right? You had to remove the I. Here, stehen versus stellen, there was a difference. Here, there is no difference. So whether it is like first, like whether it is like dative or accusative, the verbs are actually there is no difference. I think I'm confusing you with this. It's the same verb in both the scenarios. Okay, there is no spelling change. It's the same verb. Okay, hang on only. All you have to remember is that here you are describing a position, so dative. Here you are describing like there is some motion. There will be some motion involved, so it is accusative. Okay, hängen means to hang. I think it's obvious. Any questions, guys? Okay. Homework for you. You have all these sentences, right? So the Tasa is on the Tasa is auf dem Tisch. Now think of a scenario where like you have to frame it. For example, Sie stellen die Tasse auf dem Tisch or können Sie die Tasse auf den Tisch. Okay, now it will be den Tisch because it is accusative. So you have to write like similar examples for each of these sentences. Of course, for example, what will you do over here, right? The kid is between the father and the mother. Of course you can write like Sie stellen das Kind. uh, you can think of some funny example, right? And I think for all the other sentences, for example, er steht hinter dir, like he's standing behind you. What so you can write können sie uh, können sie ihn hinter sie stellen. Again, I don't know where you can say it, but think about air as not a person, but think of about air as like some like non-living thing. Then it makes much more sense, right? Instead of, if I say, let's say the he is the charger and you is the printer, können sie ihn, können sie ihn the charger hinter Z. Now his Z is like the print. Yeah, I hope you get the idea what I'm trying to say. Or you can like try to write these sentences where after these prepositions it will be accusative, You can remove where there are people involved. So this one, he, she, wherever you have remove, you can ignore them. If you want, you can write. Yeah, I think it just will sound very funny if you write them. Yeah. Also, please, there was no example for unta. What you could do is like write examples, like think about, like look around after this session or maybe later, look around your room, you know describe your room, like where something is related to something, like like the chair is next to the table, the laptop or the monitor is on the table, the books are on the table, or there is a shelf hanging above the shelf is hanging above the sofa, right? Das Regal hängt über dem sofa, something like that. Okay. One more exercise you can do is, you can try to in mentally reorganize your room. Like we should keep this there, we should keep this there, we should keep this there. Like for example, something like that. Questions? Please ask if there are questions. If there are no questions, then I will end this call and I will send the link for the next call, and please join them because I don't like when it ends abruptly on its own. Okay, so I will end this call. I will post the link and please join using that call. I hope everybody is in the group. If not, please tell me. I'll count from 10 to 1 and I will end this call. Post the link in the group. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bis gleich.